Good evening. You're watching LA Live News tonight. I'm Laura Diaz in for Marla Tejas. LA County workers have now been on strike for just over 2 hours, and they plan to keep going for another 46 hours. But that job action could cause some serious problems for LA County residents. Fox 11's Ed Lascos is live with what's going on right now. Ed?
And Laura, right now, this wall-to-wall strike, as the union is calling it, into its second hour. You hear it. They're still going loud, still going strong. 55,000 county workers, union workers, now off the job. Elliot will give you a look, walking the picket line here with their signs, their chants, their horns, their bells. This is the scene in front of the medical center, the county USC Med Center, main location of one of the strike areas here in the picket lines. Let's get to it. To the video we go. The union said all along their membership, 55,000, would hit the lines 7 p.m. sharp. That's exactly what happened. That's when the line started to move through at this medical center and other medical facilities and other locations right through the county. They'll plan their strike for 48 hours, demanding a fair contract, demanding some respect, as a lot of these union members have been talking about. Laura, you talked about the impact of this strike. Well, it should be felt countywide, talking about healthcare professionals, mental health care professionals, public crews, public service crews, the workers who clean up trash, who clean up from the wildfire debris sites, who clean up from the homeless encampments, enforce a lot of the encampments and the ordinances there. So a huge impact by all of this. Let's start it off, though, first with one of the nurses from the emergency room here at the Med Center. Listen to her story.
It is big time stuff. Let me tell you, we are the backbone of this county. We are the backbone of this county. I work in the emergency room. Patients come here with trauma, medical emergencies, pediatric emergencies, and we are the front line here in this emergency department.
Enough's enough. This has gone back to November. We've met every week. We put all our proposals across the table in December, and unfortunately we still haven't reached an agreement. And so, our folks are fed up, they're disappointed, and they're angry.
It is going to have an impact. It's going to have an impact on service delivery, but also on people that are really dependent upon the county for basic services. We know that we've got to be transparent with our financing, but we also have a responsibility to have a balanced budget.
Now you're looking live. For its part, the LA County Department of Health Services out stressing that its patients' health and safety still a very top priority despite the strike. The health department says that its medical centers, its emergency rooms, its urgent care centers will remain open. How could they do that when the unionized members are out here on strike? Well, the county has contracted with non-union companies, and they have those workers involved, and that's one of the main sticking points in the bargaining for a new contract. The union upset about that, saying you're bargaining with non-union companies to come here and do the work that the union and its membership should be doing. So at this point, the strike goes on 48 hours. It will last for the next couple of days. 55,000 county workers, the effect right across the county. Laura, back to you.
Well, do you think the people at home, just regular folks like us, do you think that they will lend their support to this cause?
Yes, I think they will render support. I only say that because a lot of these folks here say that they've been talking to the patients who come in saying, in a few days or this Monday we're going to go on strike, and they explain to a lot of their patients, they were telling me, the situation of what's going on, how some of these workers who've been on the front lines, as they say, have been dealing with the wildfires, the pandemic, and keeping LA County, being there for LA County, keeping it moving, as the leadership has said. So you got to think that they would get some support. On the other hand, the county says it has made some fair offers, reasonable, responsible offers, the county leadership calls it. But in the end, the county has a very tight budget. They have deficits of their own. And as the leadership from the county has said in these negotiations, we've got to make sure we can write the checks and make sure they don't bounce. So there's a lot at stake here as the strike goes on and the negotiations go on.
All right, a coordinated effort out there. Thank you so much, Ed Lascos.